Well, it's about 5:15 and I've been working all day in the garden, having little rests and breaks in between. But I've managed to get a lot of work done, which I'm really pleased about, and I feel that that's energised me a little bit. Now, before we go into the garden, well, over to where I've been working, I have a little announcement to make. Every day of May is booked now with visitors, and I've allowed 2 hours for each visit. So I'm actually committing myself to a lot of work, and it's going to be quite tiring for me. So I'm sorry to any of those who, wanted to visit and didn't manage to get their date. I apologise. I can do nothing about that. So that's it, 31 sets of visitors. So I think for the month of May I'm going to be pretty well tied up. Okay, so I've been clearing all the couch grass. I've been cutting back the perennial growths from last year. Digging in one side of the border here, one side of the path. The little fire bin is still going because I've been putting all the couch grass in there. That's the stuff that spreads quite tenaciously, you can see it. And it does make very good ash though. It does make really good ash that can be put out then around plants. So, still working here in the tunnel. The tunnel's quite warm, which is lovely. It's been nice in here today, just getting stuff done. So I've got a little fish box, these little polystyrene boxes, because they're polystyrene boxes. They're really good. What I've done is I've put some sheep's wool in the bottom, and that keeps the moisture, and of course it's also really good as a fertiliser, known as shoddy. And there are videos on this, and there are also some blogs on this. So if you want to know more about shoddy or using wool in the garden, put those keywords in followed by Bealtaine Cottage, and you'll find a whole lot of stuff coming up in your search engine. So in here, what I've planted, or sown rather, I've sown mixed lettuce seeds because I want to have a good lot of microgreens. These are the kind of cut and come again little lettuce leaves. So they're just ideal for microgreens. I mean, you can actually put anything that is edible and green and grows pretty fast into a box like this. And as the greens come up, when they're about 2 inches high, then you can start cutting them. And they're absolutely gorgeous in salads and sandwiches as well. So there we go, I've done that. And this is the very, very wet couch grass. That's going to dry out here for a couple of days before I attempt to burn that. This is my wool here that I put into the bottom of each pot. So I've done some little pots of pansies, and it's been wonderful working out here with all the bird song. And I've done a lot of tidying up as well. So you can see here in the Lunasa garden, it's beginning to take shape. A lot more work to do, but it's getting there. And I've also been trimming some of the shrubs as well. So that's looking good. So I'll just close this tunnel up. I've also done some watering in the tunnel, because of course I've just let it get quite dry over the course of the winter, and it then allows the tunnel, the earth itself to stay pretty frost free because it gets quite dry. Now I've also been trimming back some of the black currants. Probably not the best time to do it, but more often than not I just have to do things whilst I can, when I can. So sometimes, you know, pruning happens at the wrong time, but it happens, and that's the main thing. Never seems to do too much harm to the plants. So I've got a few more shrubs in here now to tidy up and cut back. So it's a start. It's always good to make a start. So I've also been down the garden and cut quite a lot of evergreen in order to shred. He's gone, being a bit silly, look. What a silly boy. He's just come out, he's followed me out. Come on, Jack. Now, should we go through and out the front door and have a little peek and see what's happening? I think it's okay to leave Sammy out there now for a while. The birds have finished their feeding for the day. I've got a great big basket full of kindling there, ready to start the stove. That's all collected from the garden. So we've had lovely sunshine today, and just look at the way the sun is shining on everything out here. Isn't that gorgeous? It's been a remarkable day, really. Temperatures have been up at 12-13 degrees centigrade. So it's gone just in the space of a few days from bitterly cold air to very warm air. And certainly the sunshine is coaxing out the flowers. I noticed some of the little birds coming down to eat some of these flowers. Of course, they must be quite tasty. Oh, they smell gorgeous. Beautiful black curranty smell. The sky is very blue. Really gorgeous. Come on, Jack. So I think I'll head back indoors. Some birds up there just in the evening sun, look. There's some crows. Have a blessed evening, everyone.